What a time. Getting to catch up with so many familiar faces. My great friend Taylor Powell, star quarterback, Fayetteville High School, and then onward to some stops in Division I ranks, a little NFL, and now a CFL Rookie of the Year. You can't make this stuff up. Taylor, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for hanging out for a bit.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the coffee.
Yep.
We're off and running.
Yep.
You're looking great. You're still playing football. How old are you now?
26.
26 years old. Tell folks a little bit about your current setup. You were playing for Hamilton.
Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL.
The Hamilton Tiger Cats in the CFL. How many teams are in the CFL?
9.
And Hamilton is where?
About 40 minutes west of Toronto.
How in the world did you end up as their starting quarterback?
Well, I'm not technically the starter. We haven't.
Do you hear how humble this guy is?
I haven't. That's not really.
How did you end up as one of their starting quarterbacks? One of their QBs.
Man, I don't know. It's been a journey.
How did you end up in the CFL period?
Let's see. 2023 was my rookie year. I spent a week with the Carolina Panthers in the NFL following my senior year, and then was essentially done with football. Was ready to get.
You were gonna retire.
Be done with. Yeah, I was ready to be done, and had talks with my agent that Hamilton really liked me in the CFL, and I was at dinner at Noodles with my family, and
it's a great spot to think about things.
Yeah, and I get a call from my agent, and then I get a call from the GM, and they wanted me on a flight the next morning to get into training camp, and I got there day 9 of training camp.
Wow.
And went in as like the 4th or 5th string and made the team, and injuries happened and ended up starting 9 games, winning Rookie of the Year for the Ticats, and that led to a contract extension to this last season. Played well this last year, and unfortunately had a bad concussion. It caused me to miss some time.
What happened there? Tell me about that sequence and how you feeling now.
I feel great.
Good.
I feel great. Yeah, it was my first one ever.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I just
for all the years you played football.
Yeah. I didn't slide quick enough. Basically,
Okay.
It's one of those situations. I needed to get down, and
I get it.
needed to get down quicker, and I will definitely be getting down quicker from now on.
So you like playing in the CFL. For our listeners at home, we got a favorite team now in the Canadian Football League with Hamilton. And what's a Tiger Cat?
I have no idea. I think it's a mixture between a tiger and a wildcat.
That would be a very real answer.
It's well, I think there was 2
What's
teams.
your mascot?
It's called the Ticats.
So a Tie Cat.
Yeah.
And what is this mascot? Tell me, what does it look like? Is it half and half? Or?
Yeah, it's like a more threatening tiger, I would say. Yeah.
Like more threatening than a Wampus cat?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So, what rules are different there? How many downs?
It's 3 downs. Field 65 yards wide, and
Instead of
50.
50.
Yeah, 55. And
Thinking left, right. Okay, so a little wider.
And then
Length.
longer, 120. End zones are 20 yards long.
So each half of the field is 55 yards. Or 40?
Essentially, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on, you're the math guy.
Yeah. I would say that's right.
That sounds basically right.
Yeah.
End zones are 10 yards?
20.
Those are huge end zones.
Mm-hmm.
I bet all kinds of shenanigans go on back there in some of that.
Yeah.
Route
It's really not as complex as
It
people
doesn't
think.
sound that different.
It's not that different. I mean,
Just bigger.
It's bigger, and it's been around longer than the NFL.
How long have they been playing the CFL? Like,
Oh man,
40s, 50s,
1800s?
that far back. Grey Cup goes that far back.
1890?
They play for the Grey Cup, right?
1890 or
So
something.
I didn't know that. Who's won the most Grey Cups? Now you're just getting grilled. This is a disaster for you. I'm gonna
No,
just
Hamilton might Toronto or Hamilton, I would say. Or
He
Calgary.
came over doing a favor in the Bunker studio recording an interview. Now he's getting grilled on Canadian Football League trivia.
Yeah.
So a little different, but you say not that different. How many players on each side on every
12.
play? So one extra player.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense with the bigger field. I think that's basically what. Tell me about the CFL. That's the only other professional league in the world, really, right? The only functional one.
Just about, yeah.
Pretty much the NFL's, training ground. Most of those guys are, I don't know, they're the guys with the next best chance to get a look in the league, I would think, right?
I would say so, yeah.
And you like playing in this league, and you're crushing it.
Mm-hmm. It's an honor to do what you love at this age.
Right?
So
I smashed my lapel.
Yeah, I just have so much gratitude to be able to play football for a living. That's been on my. In kindergarten, they ask you what do you want to be, and the teacher says be realistic, and you tell them you want to be a professional quarterback, and it's cool to be able to do
Actually do that.
Yeah.
Can you name all 9 teams in the CFL?
I can. You have, so in the East, it's Hamilton, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. And the West is BC, Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg.
What's the coolest stadium in that league?
I would say ours in Hamilton's really cool. Tim Hortons Field, also known as the Donut Box.
That's awesome.
It's sweet.
That's awesome.
And then I would say either Saskatchewan or Winnipeg's.
Very cool.
BC's is really cool too. It's indoor and it's really freaking loud.
What's different between CFL fans and like American football fans?
I wouldn't say much. I would say they love their teams. I'd say the fan bases are more along the lines of Buffalo, Philly, that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty in your face, very, very passionate about their
provincial
their
and
teams.
passionate. Yeah, I get
say.
that. You've had such an awesome career. I remember you when you were such a young buck. You were what, 14, 15? How old were you when you were a sophomore? 15?
15, 16.
On that
15?
run, you went to the state championship, and the Fayetteville Bulldogs were just finding their way. And in that drought, it had been so long. I don't know if they'd won a title in years, right? And then all of a sudden, you guys win
like,
it was a while.
Yeah,
a couple decades.
2011.
Okay, so about okay, not quite as long as I thought. Still, you guys won back-to-back.
Yeah.
And you went to 3 straight
I did.
state championship games. So many great players on those teams. One of the coolest things about Taylor, you stayed such good friends
Yeah.
with a lot of your former teammates. And you even said to me off the air, I just shared on the air, but he's such a good dude. You said one of the things you're most proud about your whole life is you've been the groomsman, the best man at 3 weddings, right?
Yeah, it's probably one of the coolest things in my life, yeah.
For Barrett Bannister.
Yeah, Barrett.
Our boy Barrett. Shout out to Barrett.
Jack Lindsay. And then John Riley Baker, J.R. Baker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Says a lot, too. You and Jack competing for spots back in the day. Mm-hmm. And he ends up finding his way through Springdale and being on the Hogs for a little bit. It's crazy how things work and life kind of passes in different ways. How often do you get back around Fayetteville way? Tell me about your Bulldog connect these days, Taylor.
To Fayetteville High?
Yeah.
Man, not a lot.
Okay. You were quarterback coach there for a little bit, right?
Yeah, during COVID when I was basically off for a year, I helped out with the team. Other than that, not a lot.
Okay. And obviously, high school football is something I know you continue to hold close to your heart. Do you talk to any of your former coaches?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
A lot of them. I would say just about all of them.
Yeah.
Which is really special.
It is.
Brooks Coatney's like my second dad.
That's awesome.
He's really...
What's he up to now? Where's Brooks at?
He owns a bunch of Goddard schools.
Cool.
Those preschools. And, his son, Cruz, is in line to be the starter at Fayetteville now. So it's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And not hitched yet. No kids yet.
No.
That's good.
Waiting for a while.
We're going to be waiting. We're going to wait on that for a little bit. We're going to focus on the football career.
Yep.
You and I were talking a little bit here before we kind of wrap it up, Taylor. Hog hoops. I know you're a diehard. Calipari now. What are you thinking about the new coach?
Anytime you get freaking Coach Cal
pretty big
on the
deal.
hill is a big
Pretty
deal.
big deal.
I haven't had a chance to watch much. I need to. I need to go to a game. I love Bud Walton. I've had so many.
Me too.
So many memories there. I was a whatever you call it, a sweat hog or a ball hog sometimes when I was a kid, and seeing you'll remember these. Do you remember like Charles Thomas and Marshawn Powell
Oh,
and
yeah.
Darian Towns and all those
Thomas
guys.
was physical, man.
And then Rodney Clark. Rodney and I are good buddies now.
What a shooter.
Yeah. So
What a
just
shooter.
being I'm a diehard Arkansas basketball fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got around Herman's? You been there in a while?
Oh, I just saw Nick at Herman's a while ago. Let's say last week.
What a
Last
guy.
week. Yeah.
What a great place to eat.
Oh yeah,
Just always awesome.
the man.
And you still love Northwest Arkansas. I mean,
do.
let's bring it full circle. You're playing the CFL, Taylor, but you
Mm-hmm.
definitely see a future here in Northwest Arkansas at some point down
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah, I would love to.
When you're
I'd love to
older.
retire here.
Yeah.
I wanna live here. I'm
Good
becoming
place to raise a family,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat anywhere in Northwest Arkansas. I love the Farmington area. I love the Goshen area. So around
Good
there.
spots.
Yeah,
Good spots. Before I let you go, what do you think of the Bunker Studio here?
big time.
Yeah, we're
Real
getting
big time.
there, right?
Yeah, big time.
We're getting there. And
Yeah.
we got y'all from 2016. I don't know if they see on the camera, but over my shoulder we got the Fayetteville State champs. Y'all signed that sucker. We're getting there, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Got to do it. Sports media, man.
Yep.
New media, the way of the world. Let's do this again soon, okay?
I'm ready.
Thank you so much for stopping by. You my
Appreciate
boy.
you.
Taylor Powell, y'all. Ripping it up. CFL, Hamilton. Let's go Ticats.
Yeah, come on now.
Come on now. Got to get some shirts. Got to get it going.